Now we are going to discuss about a 4-level laser or a 4-level pumping scheme. In the previous lecture we discussed about a 3-level pumping scheme. Now in the case of 4-level laser we have 4 energy levels. So this is the ground state or the ground energy level, and then we have the highly excited state. So this highly excited state has the lifetime of around 10 power minus 8 seconds. And then in between these two highly excited state and ground state we have two another energy levels. Now this energy level is the metastable state. So the lifetime of this metastable state is around 10 power is of the order of 10 power minus 3 seconds. And then we have the intermediate state. So this intermediate energy state is also short-lived. The lifetime of intermediate state is also very short. So what are the various steps which are involved to obtain laser light in the case of a 4-level pumping scheme? So first of all, atoms, they are present in the ground state. Most of the atoms will be present in the ground state. Now with the help of pumping, with the help of external energy source, we will make the atoms from E1 level to go to the highly excited state, as we did in the previous scheme. In the previous 3-level pumping scheme, the atoms from ground state, they are pumped to the excited state, highly excited state. Now atoms from these excited state, since the lifetime of this excited state is very short, so in no time, in very less amount of time, they instantaneously will go to the metastable state. So atoms from the highly excited state will go to the metastable state via spontaneous emission. That is via radiative and non-radiative transitions, they will go to the metastable state. And metastable state has a very long lifetime. So atoms will occupy, the atoms which will come from E4 state to the E3 state, these atoms will stay over here for a longer period of time. Now this intermediate state is practically empty. This intermediate state is almost empty in the initial conditions. Since it has a very short lifetime, so it will be almost empty. Any atom present in the intermediate state will instantaneously go to the ground state because it has a very short lifetime. Now atoms, they first are pumped to the E4 state. These atoms, they go to the metastable state, and here they occupy the metastable state for a longer period of time. Now there are no atoms, there are almost no atoms present in the intermediate state. So population inversion condition is achieved between E3 and E2 level over here. In the previous case, the population inversion condition was achieved between the metastable state and the ground state. But over here, the population inversion condition is achieved between the metastable state and this intermediate state. So first of all, a spontaneous emission process will occur, spontaneous emission transition will occur, and the photon which is emitted will have energy that will be equal to E3 minus E2. So atoms, they will occupy the metastable state, and almost no atom will be present in the intermediate state. So firstly, some atoms, they will go to the intermediate state via spontaneous emission, that is they will emit photons of energy E3 minus E2. Now these photons, they will trigger the stimulated emission, because for stimulated emission, one photon or a photon must be present. External photon must trigger the stimulated emission. So the spontaneous emission, the photons which are emitted via spontaneous emission will trigger the stimulated emission from metastable state to the intermediate state. So the laser light will be emitted from metastable, the laser light, it will be emitted whose energy will be equal to E3 minus E2. So lasing action will occur between metastable state and the intermediate state. So these atoms which will go to the intermediate state, they will immediately go to the ground state since it has a very short lifetime. So the atoms which go to the intermediate state will immediately return to the ground state. So again, these atoms that go to the ground state, they are again ready to get pumped to the excited state, and hence this process goes on and laser light is obtained in the case of a 4-level laser. So in the case of 4-level laser, atoms in the ground state E1, atoms in this state absorb the photon energy and excite to the E4 energy state. So they go to the E4 energy state. So this is the first step. Now atoms in the E4 go to the metastable state E3. So atoms in the E4 state, they will go to the metastable state via radiative and non-radiative processes. Now E3, this energy level, is a metastable state and atoms stay there for longer period of time. Now during this time, when the atoms, they are staying in this metastable state, population inversion condition is achieved between E3 and E2 level. Between E3 and E2, population inversion condition is achieved. Because E2 is practically empty, its lifetime is very short. So atoms in this state will immediately go to the ground state. So there are practically no atoms present in the intermediate state. So this E2 is practically empty. So lasing action occurs from E3 to E2. So lasing action will occur from E3 to E2 level. So finally atoms can drop to the ground state. So when these atoms, they go to the E2 state, these atoms in the E2 state, they will go to the E1 state immediately, because E2 has a very short lifetime. So this is how laser light is obtained in the case of a 4-level laser. So this is the difference, that in the case of 4-level laser, the population inversion condition is obtained between metastable state and the intermediate state. Whereas in the case of 3-level laser, the population inversion is obtained between metastable state and the ground state. So this is a big difference between the two lasing schemes. Now in the case of 4-level laser, as you can see that for a 4-level laser, here the lasing action occurs between E3 and E2 levels. So if lasing action is occurring between these two levels, and you can see that practically there are no atoms present in intermediate state, and most of the atoms, they will occupy the metastable state. So population inversion condition is easy to obtain in this 4-level scheme. In the previous case, the population inversion condition is obtained between metastable state and ground state. And in the ground state, already there are large amount of atoms which are present. So in that case, population inversion condition is a bit difficult. Therefore, the pumping power which is required in the case of 3-level laser is very high. So in the case of 3-level laser, the pumping power which is required is very high, so that at least half of the atoms, they go to the excited state and then they go to the metastable state, and population inversion condition is achieved in the 3-level laser. But in this case, there are almost no atoms present in the intermediate state. So let's say if 2 atoms, they go to the excited state, and these 2 atoms, when they go to the metastable state, then population inversion condition is easily obtained. And this is because there are no atoms which are present in the lower lasing level. This is called as the lower lasing level, and this is called as the upper lasing level. So the laser action occurs between 2 levels. So the upper level is called as the upper lasing level and lower one is called as the lower lasing level. So in the case of 3-level laser, the metastable state was the upper lasing level, and in that case the ground state was the lower lasing level. In this case, there are no atoms present in the lower lasing level, so population inversion condition is easy to obtain. Therefore, the pumping power required in this case is low. And another thing over here, that the population inversion condition is maintained. In the case of 3-level laser, as we have discussed, that population inversion condition is lost after certain amount of time. Therefore, 3-level lasers, they operate in a pulsed mode. But in the case of 4-level laser, the population inversion condition is easy to obtain and is never lost. And you can see over here that atoms, when they come to the metastable state, there are no atoms, almost no atoms present in the intermediate state. Therefore, the population inversion condition, let's say if there are 2 atoms in metastable state, In that case also the population inversion condition is achieved because there are 0 atoms in the intermediate state. So population inversion condition is always maintained in the case of 4-level laser. Therefore, the laser light is obtained continuously. Therefore, we say that 4-level lasers, they operate in continuous mode. So 4-level laser, they operate in continuous mode, whereas a 3-level laser, they operate in pulsed mode. Now, during stimulated emission, the transition between the two levels is called as lasing transition. So these are some of the common terms that we use. So during stimulated emission, for example, in this case, during stimulated emission, the transition which will occur, that will be called as the lasing transition, because laser light is obtained during this transition. Then the metastable state, this is the upper lasing level. So in the case of 3-level laser also, the upper lasing level is the metastable state. So the metastable state is called as the upper lasing level. While the lower level, this lower level in the case of 4-level laser and in the case of 3-level laser, it is the ground state. So these are called as the lower lasing level. So lasing transition occurs between two levels. The upper level is called as the upper lasing level and lower level is called as the lower lasing level. And the highly excited state. This highly excited state is the one in which the atoms, they are excited by pumping. Through pumping, the atoms are excited, and hence this highly excited state is also called as pumping level. So highly excited state is called as the pumping level. Then this metastable state is called as the upper lasing level, and this intermediate state in the case of 4-level system, it is called as the lower lasing level, and in the case of 3-level laser, the ground state will be called as the lower lasing level. And this transition from metastable state, or you can say the upper lasing level to the lower lasing level, this transition is called as the lasing transition. Here are the same differences which I have written between the 3-level laser and the 4-level laser. So the first difference is that the 3-level laser has very high pumping power. The power requirement in the case of 3-level laser is very high, whereas in the case of 4-level laser, small pumping power is required. And the reason we have already discussed, that in the case of 3-level lasers, atoms finally return to the ground state. So the atoms, they go to the ground state directly from the metastable state. So in the case of 3-level laser, the atoms, they go from metastable state to the ground state. Therefore, in order to achieve population inversion, so if we want to achieve population inversion in case of 3-level laser, pumping has to go on until more than half of the ground state atoms reach the metastable state. So we have to keep on the system, we have to keep on supplying the external energy until half of the atoms from the ground state go to the metastable state. So number of atoms in the ground states are very large. We already know that in the ground state we have almost all atoms, they are present in the ground state under normal conditions. So if we want half of the atoms, we want at least half of the atoms to go to the metastable state, the pumping power which is required is very high in the case of 3-level laser. So input power in the case of 3-level laser is very high, whereas in the case of 4-level laser, the lower lasing level is the intermediate state which we already discussed, and it is practically empty. The lower lasing level in the case of 4-level laser is practically empty, so the condition of population inversion is established easily. So we easily obtain the population inversion condition in 4-level laser. And even if small number of atoms, they are present at metastable state, even if small number of atoms, they arrive at metastable state, population inversion is achieved, because the intermediate state, that is the lower level, is practically empty. So with very small number of atoms at metastable state, we obtain population inversion. So pumping power which is required is low to achieve population inversion. And second point is that the efficiency of 3-level laser is low, whereas the efficiency of 4-level laser is high. The pumping power, that is the input power, is very high required in the case of 3-level laser, and efficiency is power output over power input. Efficiency of a laser is nothing but power output over divided by power input. So if input power is very high, then efficiency is comparatively low for the case of 3-level laser, and for 4-level laser the pumping power will be the efficiency will be high. And the last one which we have already discussed, that 3-level laser operates in pulsed mode, whereas 4-level laser operates in continuous mode. Now the 3-level laser, it operates in pulsed mode. So why does it operates in pulsed mode? Now as soon as stimulated emission starts, so in the case of 3-level laser, as soon as the stimulated emission starts, that is atoms, they start going from the metastable state to the ground state via stimulated emission, population inversion condition is lost. In the case of 3-level laser, the population inversion is obtained between metastable state and the ground state. But as the stimulated emission starts from metastable state to the ground state, atoms, they start occupying the ground state, means they start leaving the metastable state. So population inversion condition is lost, and hence lasing stops. So after some time, when stimulated emission, due to stimulated emission, the atoms, they go to the ground state, they start leaving the metastable state. Population inversion condition is lost, means the lasing action is lost. So lasing begins again when population inversion is re-established. So with the help of pumping, if we again pump the atoms to the excited state, then they go to the metastable state, then again population inversion condition is achieved. So after certain amount of time, the population inversion condition is lost and the lasing action is stopped. So again this lasing begins when population inversion condition is re-established. So if we re-establish the population inversion condition due to pumping, through pumping, if we re-establish it, then again laser light can be obtained in the case of 3-level laser. So the pulses which are obtained in the case of 3-level laser, the laser light which is obtained in the case of 3-level laser is in the form of pulses. Therefore we say that 3-level laser operates in pulsed mode. So here we have pulses of short duration. The light which comes out of 3-level laser is in the form of pulses of short duration, whereas in the case of 4-level laser we have continuous light waves which are coming out of it, and that is because the population inversion continues without interruption. Because population inversion is present, the population inversion is maintained between the metastable state and the intermediate state which is practically empty. So population inversion continues without interruption and laser light is continuously obtained. So population inversion is never lost in the case of 4-level laser because the lower lasing level is it is practically empty. No atoms are present in the lower lasing level, so population inversion condition is maintained always in the case of 4-level laser. Therefore it operates in continuous mode. So the photons which come out of the 4-level laser, they are in the continuous form. They are not in the form of pulses like in the case of 3-level laser. They are in the form of pulses of short duration, but over here the photons which are emitted, they are in the form of continuous wave. In next lecture we will start to discuss about the various methods of pumping, for example optical pumping, electrical pumping. So we will discuss about the types of pumping methods which are used to excite the atoms in the gain medium. So that we will do in the next lecture.